We talked after the BYU game about effort. And some would say, well, the Bearcats quit on their coach. I think that's a heavy accusation. I think more than anything, when you see that from players, they quit on themselves and they quit on each other. But the effort was called into question on Saturday. That wasn't the case last night. You'll hear Wes Miller talk about his team's effort a little bit later on. You could say, well, they played hard. I don't know, man. That wasn't the story last night. Like, it wasn't. The effort was there. They played hard. Maybe didn't show the requisite toughness that you're looking for. But the fact that we even had to acknowledge that after the game, that's kind of a problem, right? That's kind of a problem. Like, it's like if you have a kid that never does his homework and then he actually does his homework, the fact that it's a big deal that he does his homework is kind of a problem, right? You're supposed to do your homework. The fact that you did your homework is not supposed to be big news. And last night it kind of felt like, well, hey, look, at least they played hard. I'm sorry. I assume that's going to be the case. I think that's implied. So you get no medals, you get no credit, you get no points, and you certainly get no wins for playing hard. Last night, though, was not a matter of effort. It was a matter of the Bearcats just not playing very smart basketball. Call it basketball IQ if you want. Not very smart basketball. Like when you have to foul and you're trying to mount a comeback, twice fouling one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. Or one of your more experienced players, a guy who's supposed to be helping to set the tone, committing a flagrant 2 foul with your team down 4 and 4 minutes to go. And by the way, Day Thomas, yes, deserved to have that flagrant 2 given to him. It's the basics of not blocking out when the other team misses a shot that if you rebound, you're down 2 and you might have the last possession. Dylan Mitchell doesn't block out. Aziz Bandago can't grab a rebound. Utah maintains possession. It's whatever the possession at the end of the game was. You're going to hear a little bit later on Wes Miller talk about not liking Simas Lukosius' last shot of the game, which wasn't a great shot. And he said, look, Simas thought he was going to get fouled because, a lot of teams in that situation will foul and send you to the line up by 3 points. But Wes Miller had a timeout, acknowledged he was going to call timeout, but didn't. Like, last night was not about effort. Effort was there, right? It was about, well, the team maybe just not being very good, falling apart defensively from what they were about a month ago, and at the end of the day, just not playing very smart basketball. Then you can add to it, the free throw shooting. I legitimately don't think I've ever seen a team in a close game miss all 3 front ends of the 1-and-1. And so some of that is bad luck. Some of that is the continuation of themes that we have talked about all season long, like free throw shooting, like outside shooting. This team has a small margin for error. This is a term I use all the time, margin for error. This team's margin for error is really small right now because, maybe they don't have a lot of depth and maybe they don't have a lot of guys that you can count on for a certain amount of point production. It's not a good shooting team. It's not a good free throw shooting team. It's not a good rebounding team. They've been out-rebounded now in their last 7 games, minus 18 last night. Okay, fine. You know those things going in. You better not do the dumb stuff. You better not shrink the margin for error by continuing to do the dumb stuff. Last night was a masterclass in dumb stuff.